Greetings family, peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru and thanks for visiting my channel. This video is absolutely shocking to my conscience. That's what the headline reads. Man gets probation for drugging and raping his sister. That's right, you heard it, incest. That's what this man is charged with. Let's go to the story. So family, a California man who pleaded guilty raping his intoxicated 16-year-old sister will spend less than 4 months in jail after a judge sentenced him to probation. Black men sitting in jail and black women sitting in jail for much lesser crimes, longer sentences, should be outraged. Anyone who cares about justice should be outraged. This is another example of white privilege. We've pointed this out so many times, and yet again, another example of white privilege. This guy, Nolan Bruder, white male, 20 years old, of Crescent City, pleaded guilty to rape of an intoxicated person on May 17th. As part of the plea agreement, charges of unlawful intercourse, incest, and providing a minor with drugs were dropped. You heard it. Again, white privilege. The recommended sentence was 6 years in prison and no probation, Del Norte, California District Attorney Dale Trigg said. Instead, and get this is the judge's name, make sure you take note of it, Judge William H. Follett, F-O-L-L-E-T-T, sentenced Bruder to 3 years, but granted probation. He will serve 240 days at halftime in the county jail, according to Trigg's post on Facebook. Quote, "This is the most unnerving and unsettling sentence I've seen a court impose," Trigg said in an interview with McClathy. Well, I just want to remind Trigg that there was a case this past year involving a white kid who raped a girl behind a trash bin, and they gave him 3 months in jail. That's right, he was a white boy also who got away with white privilege in this so-called justice system. It goes on to say, Trigg has been a lawyer for 18 years and district attorney for 3. Quote, "This one bothered me. I just think it's absolutely shocking to my conscience as a prosecutor when you have a crime that is egregious as this," unquote. And he's right. But once again, you have a white boy here, and he is getting what's called white privilege. Even you stupid lawyers out there who you think that the justice system is just great because you're used to seeing black and brown men get locked up. But here it is, you have a case with a white boy and you got first-hand experience with what white privilege looks like. Even the lawyer slash district attorney is shocked. As he says, it's absolutely shocking to my conscience. Of course it is, because again, you're used to seeing black and brown men and women go to jail. Never before have you probably come across a case where a white male is getting away with his white privilege. Now you see it. So continuing, Bruder here was accused of giving his sister dabs of marijuana until she didn't even recognize him, according to Trigg. Nolan Bruder confessed to the crime on videotape and did not dispute the district attorney's version of events in court, Trigg said. Trigg said the parents lined up behind the son, writing letters of support to the court and claiming that their daughter was complicit. The girl never said that to law enforcement or in court, Trigg said. So get this. The parents, they're trying to protect Billy Bob. They're trying to protect their son. You know, the little white rapist who committed incest on his own sister. He took advantage of her like a true rapist. And his parents can't even see that they're dealing with a true rapist. And this rapist right here, he'll be on the streets in no time. He'll be back on your streets, as a matter of fact, thanks to the so-called justice system. Quote, "This is a story that needs to be told. I feel like I do the people's business here. People have a right to know what's happening in their court," unquote, Trigg said. Del Norte County is in northwestern California, bordering Oregon and the Pacific Ocean. It is not far from where former Stanford swimmer Brock Turner, that was the rapist's name, Brock Turner, was convicted of sexually assaulting an unconscious woman, but sentenced to 6 months in jail. Again, white privilege. And these are white rapists. They're white rapists, the same white rapists that the racists, the white racists, never want to refer or talk about. That's right, they don't want to talk about these guys. Anyways, that case drew national headlines and led to a change in California law to bring sentencing for rape by intoxication in line with sentencing for rape by force. So you see, they even have rape broken down by force or by intoxication. It's rape is rape. I mean, for white folks, they just add all kinds of tricks and flips and cartwheels and shit. You guys pull the most scandalous things in this so-called court system and just so-called justice system. It's kangaroo courts, and they're racist courts. When I see a judge in his black uniform, I see a KKK Grand Wizard. He's just in a black robe, that's all. Because they let white boys like this get away with rape. It's disgusting, it's foul, sickening, degenerate. This is a criminal thug that you're staring at, and he'll be out in 3 or 4 months for raping his sister. He's so disgusting, you pig. So these new sentencing guideline, which went into effect on January 1st, did not apply to Bruder's case, which took place before Assembly Bill 2888 prohibits, quote, a court from granting probation or suspending the execution or imposition of a sentence if a person is convicted of rape, sodomy, penetration with a foreign object, or oral copulation if the victim was either unconscious or incapable of giving consent due to intoxication. Quote, I felt like the reasons for that law would certainly apply here and would lead a judge to impose a sentence, Trigg said. Trigg said that's difficult to successfully appeal a sentence, but, quote, it's not impossible. He said he has been working with experts in that area to explore his options. Well, I just want to end this video off saying and repeating this thug, degenerate rapist, this nasty rapist who raped his 16-year-old sister while she was under the influence, Nolan Bruder. He's 20 years old, white male, as you can see with your own eyes. Disgusting degenerate. He's a rapist. And he'll be out in the streets in 3 to 4 months, thanks to these crooked ass so-called judges. I'm done with this.